Hi, Precious Heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. We have just completed one of the most life-transforming eclipse series we have ever experienced. This triple eclipse series took place in the midst of a truly cosmic moment, involving an unprecedented global timeout and a planetary reboot that is catapulting the Earth and all life evolving upon her into a new heart-based paradigm. This event greatly accelerated humanity's awareness of the oneness of all life. Now, you and I and the rest of awakening humanity have the ability to further empower this unfolding facet of our ascension process through the focus of our attention and our divine intentions. Our Father, Mother God, and the company of heaven want us to know that the events unfolding on Earth during this cosmic moment have never happened before. This has provided all of us with new opportunities. During the triple eclipse series we just completed, the unparalleled magnetic shifts in Earth's atmosphere altered humanity's personal energy field and dramatically affected our mental body, our physical brain structures, and other aspects of our nervous system. This allowed the residue of the obsolete crystallized patterns in our physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies to be shattered and pushed to the surface. The remaining records and memories recorded in our etheric bodies that had been hidden from us were made available to be cleared. This permitted our I Am presence and our body elemental to remove the blocks that had been preventing us from moving forward in the light for eons of time. The global timeout initiated on Earth during the months prior to the triple eclipse series created a sacred space that allowed the I Am presence of every man, woman, and child to intervene in his or her awakening process in new ways during the June solstice and the new moon solar eclipse that occurred June 20th and 21st. The global events occurring in the outer world the weeks before the events opened the hearts of the masses of humanity to higher frequencies of God's comprehensive divine love than we have ever been able to safely assimilate. The success of that phase of the divine plan cleared the space for a multidimensional and multifaceted activity of light that lifted the Earth and all life evolving upon her into brand new expressions of oneness through God's comprehensive divine love. During the June solstice and the new moon solar eclipse, the solar logos and cosmic beings in our solar system worked with the I Am presence of every person on Earth and accelerated the activation of humanity's fifth dimensional spiritual brain centers. That divine intervention awakened humanity's crown chakras to higher levels of divine enlightenment than we have experienced since prior to our fall from grace. During that cosmic moment, which is permanently sustained in the eternal moment of now, the I Am presence of every person on Earth calibrated the right and left hemispheres of our brain to the highest level that cosmic law would allow. that permitted our I Am presence to reconnect the fragmented pathways within our physical brain structures, which had been preventing us from communicating with our I Am presence and remembering the oneness of all life. Once these pathways were permanently reconnected, our spiritual brain centers, which consist of our pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus glands, and the ganglionic centers at the base of our brain, were activated to the next level of their full divine potential by our I Am presence. Now that centers within our brain are activated to brand new levels of God's comprehensive divine love, our I Am presence is standing in readiness, awaiting the opportunity to help us help the masses of humanity to remember the oneness of all life on a conscious and very tangible level. In order to do that, our Father, Mother, God have asked that the invocation we use to accomplish this critical need of the hour be, I am loving all life free. This invocation is a gift from on high that has been building in momentum for several decades. And every time it is invoked, humanity en masse is lifted into a higher level of consciousness. Please respond to this clarion call from our I Am presence and our Father, Mother, God in the realms of illumined truth by participating in this activity of light with me now and as often as you are inspired to do so. I am loving all life free. I am my I Am presence, and I am one with the I Am presence of every person on earth. As one united heart, we invoke our Father, Mother, God, and the entire company of heaven to help us raise every person on earth from a consciousness of separation and duality into a consciousness of oneness and reverence for all life. This is being accomplished by every person's I Am presence in perfect alignment with his or her divine plan and the highest good for all concerned. Beloved Father, Mother, God, we ask that you now expand your divine love, which is pulsating within the divinity of every person's newly calibrated spiritual brain centers and heart flame. Allow your comprehensive divine love to flow through each person's fifth dimensional heart chakra until it envelops the entire planet Earth, greatly intensifying our planetary grid of transfiguring divine love. As this unfathomable influx of light bathes the earth, every facet of life is lifted into a higher order of being. Each person's I Am presence now creates a sacred space in which they are able to open their fifth dimensional crown chakra of enlightenment to full breadth. This allows each person to ascend ever higher into the awakened state of Christ consciousness. As this occurs, multidimensional and multifaceted fifth dimensional crystalline solar light expands from the very heart of our Father, Mother, God into every cell of humanity's earthly bodies, allowing the I Am presence of every person to take full dominion of their physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. Now, all is in readiness. Through their I Am presence, every person on earth is participating at both inner and outer levels in this activity of light, which is raising the consciousness of the masses of humanity and assisting every person to shift from the illusion of separation and duality into the reality of oneness and reverence for all life. I now reach up into the infinity of my own divine consciousness. And as I am lifted up, all of humanity is lifted up with me. In this frequency of divine consciousness, I see that humanity's free will is becoming one with God's will. And the I Am presence of each person affirms, I am ready to love all life free. Instantaneously, I see the truth of every person on earth. I see all of my sisters and brothers in the family of humanity, even the most recalcitrant souls, as precious sons and daughters of God, no matter how far their behavior patterns or their life experiences may be from reflecting that truth. I perceive all of the painful human miscreations associated with my sisters and brothers as innocent primordial energy, entering my awareness now to be transmuted back into light and loved free. I happily greet all of these children of God and all of their misqualified energy the same way my Father, Mother, God would greet them. I greet them with love from within the embrace of eternal peace, detachment, God confidence, and supreme authority. Within an invincible force field of God's infinite love, I take my sisters and brothers into the kingdom of heaven within my heart flame, and I hold them in my arms of light as I would an injured child. They cannot overwhelm me or control me in any way, nor do I need to fear them or shun them. I simply hold them and love them until they surrender to the love of God, desiring on their own to enter the kingdom of heaven within the divinity of their own heart flame. Now, rather than feeling rejected and thus perpetuating their negative behavior patterns, my sisters and brothers feel accepted and loved as the innate sons and daughters of God they are. They voluntarily release themselves into the light, and they begin to know that they are one with all life. I rejoice that every person and their unascended energies are at long last finding their way home. And I release myself into the peace of knowing my I Am presence is handling all imperfection perfectly. As these precious ones surrender to the light, they remember that they are beloved sons and daughters of God. With this sacred knowledge, they once again find their proper place in the family of humanity. In perfect divine order, they are set free to live and co-create the heart-based patterns of love, oneness, and reverence for all life that are associated with the new earth. And so it is. Dear one, thank you for your willingness to be the open door for this activity of light on behalf of our sisters and brothers in the family of humanity. God bless you, and I look forward to being with you next week.